Men of Reddit, what's the best compliment you've ever received from a girl? I was paying for a pizza for supper, and as the girl at the till was tallying the order, she cut herself off mid-sentence to say, "Wow, your eyes are gorgeous." I turned redder than the tomato sauce. A co-worker who I would walk to the bus station with said, "I feel safe with you," and as a big hairy dude with resting murder face and a deep voice, that was something absolutely new to me. It's been 6 years and I still think about that compliment. 21 years old at the orthodontist's, getting a retainer fixed. Nurse who was probably only a few years older than me, told me I had really nice blue eyes, while her fingers are all in my mouth. I'm gonna hold on to that one for a while. Years ago, a manager, about 10 years older than me, at my job at the time when she was doing an interview said, "I love 2 goals 1 cup." I wish I was younger so I could have married him as soon as I walked by. This stuck out to me specifically. A girl I worked with said, "Wow, you're always so positive and optimistic. It's really nice to work with someone like you." It made my depressed happy and proud. "Your hair has so much body today. I don't even know what that means, but I know it's good. Better than your body has so much hair." My closest friend and I have the kind of friendship where we just constantly insult each other. Like, honestly, she's attractive. But I'd never say that to her face. Once she just out of the blue said, "Dude, honestly, you're not ugly at all." Made my day. I had an ex-girlfriend who bumped into me a few years after we broke up, and she backhanded complimented me by saying, "Wow, you've put on some muscle, you look great. You actually look like a man now." I managed to blurt out, "Thanks, so do you," just late enough for it to be awkward instead of clever. I used to be a nude model for a life drawing class in college, and I was told that I have a pretty penis. Not impressive in size or girth or anything, but uniform and a nice ratio. "Look fam, if there was a scale of hotness going from 1 to 10, you'll be a firm 6. Yeah," she said, "I'm like a solid 6.5. Does my female boss count? Alp, if you saw half the people we interview for positions at this company, you'd understand why we're so excited when we meet someone like you." That one hit my feels as a young man fresh into the job market. My personal favorite, I was feeling kinda down, so I went to get me a cinnamon. In my immediate family, my siblings all have bright colored eyes, but me very dark brown. Anyways, I was getting my order, and the girl working looked at me for a few seconds, and told me that my eyes were really nice because they sparkled. It has made me appreciate them a lot more since then. I was in college, and walking between classes and decided to get a snack from a vending machine. The girl in front of me put her order in, but the item got stuck against the glass, and apparently she didn't have any more and was a tad upset. I stepped up, ordered the item directly above her item. It vended correctly, and jarred her item loose in the process. She had a big beaming smile and said, "My hero, Mike, always meddling in other people's issues. Classic Mike, am I right boys? If there was only a name we could remember him by." "I saw you running. You have huge calves." Me, "Yay, that was me, thanks. No one has told me I have nice legs before." "Or I didn't say they were nice." Me, "Oh okay, awkward, walk away in silence." Awkward, walk away in silence. On your huge calves. I found out the other day that one of my co-workers, early 20s college girl, has my personal number saved as hot maintenance man in her phone. "You're an amazing and supportive boyfriend," right before she dumped me. I still chalk it up to a win. My girlfriend told me her friends all thought I was very attractive and in really good shape. As someone with self-esteem issues regarding my looks, that was the one compliment that cheers me up every time I think about it. I told my husband that my best friend thought he was a real catch. He hated my friends. I hoped it would soften him towards one of them at least. When the marriage ended years later, he texted her for a booty call. She told him to f off. He never spoken to her between, but clearly he remembered it. In a post-breakup argument with my ex, she said, "I wish I could tell you you're a bad person, but you're not. You're actually a really great person, but f you anyway. Thank you." I was once told that I looked like a Greek god. If only I maintained that physique I had in 2012. I was told that I have really soft hair in high school, as this really cute girl was stroking it. It's been 8 years and I still think back on it. Also, I'm a social moron, so no, that didn't go anywhere unfortunately. I had long thick hair and girls liked to play with it or braid it. There wasn't anywhere for things to go. They didn't even want to talk to me. They just wanted to play with my hair. A free tingly head massage in social studies. No complaints. One of my best friends used to stroke and play with my hair. Dunno why, many thought my hair was silky and soft. She ended up falling in love with me. Now I'm just really conscious about my hair because she told me it was my main attraction. Main attraction. A complete stranger said, if I looked like you, I would be smiling all day long. That one stuck with me, maybe because it's the only time I've been complimented by a woman. I was seeing this girl for a couple months, and she was really sick one time. Her roommates at the time kept the house really cold to save money. She had a terrible fever, and was freezing, so I went and picked her up and brought her to my house and took care of her for a few days. She told me I was a really genuine person and I still think about it a lot. How did you get so good in bed? No matter how good you think you are as a guy, it's hard to know for sure, so this one stroked my ego a bit. I grew up in a foster home. My uncle liked me more than the others. My dad taught me. So I was working as a barista, and this girl had just started working with me. I'd say she's out of my league, but that's just me. Anyway, we are working together, and I see one of my exes come in. Gathering myself, I quickly talked to her and acted quite professional. She was asking about a job. Later on, my new co-worker pulled me aside. Curdy, why were you acting so cold with her? Oh, that's one of my exes. Really? You are way too attractive for her. My self-esteem is abysmal, but she really helped me out. I feel confident again. The nicest compliment I've gotten wasn't said by a girl, it was actually a homeless man. He looked at me and said, the places I would go if I had eyes like yours. I was both flattered and slightly scared. Was he blind? Did he have a knife in his hand? You have eyelashes that women would kill to have. So far, it's the nicest compliment I've received from someone. I don't think I'll ever forget it. An ex-girlfriend and I have remained friends. When discussing our current dating lives over a drink, she told me that if there was a Yelp for people, she'd give me an amazing review. Felt pretty fantastic that someone, who it didn't work out with relationship-wise, still saw a lot of good in me. I was outside kicking a soccer ball around with some friends. A girl I kind of knew walked by and stopped to watch for a while. I asked if she'd like to join, and she said, oh, no, I hate soccer. I was just looking at your abs. This is like the opening of a porno. I'm assuming you were shirtless. Yeah, we had been playing shirts versus skins. I've always been really scrawny and self-conscious about it though, so it was a nice boost of confidence. The other day, a partner rep of mine made a comment along the lines of, it must be a requirement for all the salesmen at insert company I work for to be devilishly good looking. Would be a really nice moment if I had any idea how to take a compliment. I think you're more attractive than you realize. You have nice hands. Apparently girls look at guys' hands. Yep. Hands are a turn on. Strong hands that look like they have done some work. Rough manly hands. Can concur. And there's a certain shape to a thumb that will annihilate me. Hands are hot. And how about some veins? Ooh yeah, and some curly hair, and how about just add some balls and a sack on the end too. I got compliments for my hands and fingers nails, but they're pretty much the opposite of manly. Really long slim fingers, and nice long nails, perfect for nail polish. Just like me nails and hands. Once a really pretty girl told me that I had really beautiful nails and that made me get red. A guy was drunk once at a party and ran into an old classmate who I used to have a crush on. I'd lost my friend I'd come there with, so I ended up hanging out with him. When the party transitioned to the bars, he held my hand while we walked there. He'd worked for his dad's roofing company every summer since high school. His hands were huge and so calloused and rough, I was like sploosh lol. Grabbed sandpaper. What about nice eyelashes? I've gotten a lot of compliments, but I think they just want to steal them rather than a turn on. Lol, oh yes, nice eyelashes are good. In hindsight, you're a good man. And I don't deserve you, or you deserve better than me. When I was still single I used to hate when girls said that. I thought it was just girls fishing for compliments and for me to say, oh no baby you're perfect, or thought it was an excuse to break up or reject me, because they didn't want to be around me. In the long run, though, every single girl who said that to me ended up treating me like, or being more interested in someone else. So, in a sense, they didn't deserve me, and I did deserve better than they treated me. After years of being married to my wife and having our lovely family, I realized that it really was a compliment, because I did deserve better than them, and I got it. Now that I know what I have, I'm grateful I didn't settle. At the age of 20, I was preparing to marry my pregnant girlfriend, and one of my female friends told me a week before the hastily planned event that if I wasn't absolutely sure that I wanted to marry my girlfriend, that she, my friend, would step in and help me raise my child. I was sure. I did get married, and though we had some rough times, we had a very happy 25th anniversary last November. But my female friend was willing to pretty much derail her life plans for me. I don't know that I'll ever get a compliment that deep again. It's possible that wasn't a compliment, but an unrequited declaration of love. Men of Reddit, what's the best compliment you've ever received from a girl? I will raise your child. Me and my ex had been friends for a pretty decent amount of time, and when I finally told her that I fancied her and asked her out, she got really confused. When I told her what was up, she answered that she fancied me too, but always thought I was too handsome for her. We were only a thing for 5 months, but I'll never forget that comment. Still makes my day whenever I think about it.